Hello, 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 everybody. What's going on this evening? What do you say there, Mr. John? Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Oh, Mr. Will, what's going on, brother? Two Hacks Garage, what's going on? John's saying doing good, work is busy. I hear you, man. Vincent, what's going on, brother? We got Jerry Racing in the house. We got Robert in the house. How's it going, guys? Get a couple more people in here and we'll get this thing rolling. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. Mine wasn't too bad. It rained pretty hard Sunday. Big Belly Racing, what's going on, brother? Raining slant six with a chance of cannonballs. What's up? Unfinished project. What's going on, brother? Big Belly Race saying hello to everyone. John says roller, roller, rawhide. That's funny. We've been watching Yellowstone here for the past 3 nights. Robert said doing great. He got the inside of his D150 doors painted and clear coated. Cool deal. Max Wedge, what's going on, brother? We got Paul in the house. Howdy. How's it going? Mr. Will said his was kind of dull. Let's see. Jerry Racing said he ran PB at the track Sunday. Cool, cool. I wish I would have ran something on Saturday, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And Mr. Will, I like what you're doing, brother. Keep at it, man. Hopefully they'll get it done. Oh, Colleen's in the house. How you doing, Colleen? Oh, Tim Mopar 67. What's going on? He's saying hello to everybody too. All right, we got a few people in here now, so we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday night. Oh, we got the Duckster in the house. Kevin Camacho's in now. Let's see. Kevin said, hi, Al. The car and coffee vids look good. Well, that was actually a local car show that I went to on Saturday. I'm going to Cars and Coffee this weekend over at the Nashville Super Speedway. Colleen said, doing great. Big Al, what's going on, brother? Robert's asking Al that D150 that was parked next to you at the car show was. Yeah, dude, it was nice, man. It was clean. It was simple. And I mean, it wasn't over the top. I had a few guys comment on it about it being the only other Mopar at the show, which it was. I mean, earlier in the day, there was a Challenger that showed up briefly. But usually, I mean, there's usually a lot more Mopars there, man. I mean, usually every time I usually go, there's about 15 of them there, but I guess there's a lot of stuff going on this past weekend. And but it was nice. Got Slag Hammer out and talked with some people. Had a lot of kids come up to it, and so I gave away some stickers, and it was all good. Abel, what's going on, brother? But I had a good time. I'm going to do one more car short car, car show, which would be Cars and Coffee. I believe it's going to be this Saturday or Sunday. Let me look real quick on the calendar. Let's see, but I'll find out for sure and get back on it. I think it's this weekend. It's either this weekend or next weekend. I'll have to look back again on it to make sure on the dates. But after I get done with that, um, I'm going to start tearing down Slaghammer and start getting ready for No Name Nationals. Let's see. Abel said, not much. Fiddling around with vintage Zenith carburetors. Yay! Other than that, man, I've just been busy. I'm expanding my garage a little bit. I'm needing more room so I can actually access both bays of my garage. So I've been working on that for the past couple of days. Matter of fact, I just got inside from working on it here about 15 minutes ago. All and Dry, what's going on, brother? Izzy is in the house. Hello, hello, everybody. But yeah, there was a couple cool cars there. Let's see, 2 axes. Other than gearing, what are you planning on changing? I'm going to be changing the gear out and the torque converter. Still not sure yet what motor we're going to be using, but I know I got to get those two changed out. I got to get a set of rims, put the slicks on, and fix a couple of little. See, I got a leak going on in the transmission right there where the speedo gear and everything goes in. So I think the O-ring's bad. So I'm just going to pull it out and put a plug in it and call it done because I'm not running the speedometer anyway. And there's a couple other odd end things. I know Tony's got to get his car ready, so he's starting to work on that. Dean Brown, what's going on, brother? No, you did not miss much. We're just getting started. Let's see. What is one antique car your own and build? Actually, I've been talking to a guy that was actually on live here before I went on Power Tour. He's got a 63 Studebaker Lark that I've got to get in contact with him on and see about getting it. So I think that's going to be my next major build here at the house. We got some other things going on at the shop. There's going to be some announcements coming here, hopefully in the next few weeks. And as far as what's going to be going on this winter. And Roger Bagwell, what's going on, brother? And kind of take it from there. But yeah, I definitely want to get hooked up on this Lark, man. And get a deal worked out with this guy, get it back here, and start assessing it and see which way I want to go with the build. Let's see. Kevin Comanche, did Slaghammer on Power Tour give you enough feedback for No Name Nationals? I mean, it went out and did its job, man. I went out and talked with people. I brought up the No Name Nationals. A lot of people were asking about it, and so I was giving some information about that. And let's see, what's Rapid Transit Garage? What's going on, man? New F Dog 45. What's going on? Let's see. Raining Slant 6 asked me, did you catch Jets from Scott's speech shops a bit on Barry Grant Carbs versus the Lady Holly? I almost watched it the other night, but then I got sidetracked. Me and my other half has been watching Yellowstone and also 1883. So we've been kind of engrossed in that right now, but I definitely want to check out what he's doing. But I got something in the mail the other day. Tony gave it to me. Two Hacks, you still on here, brother? But Tony and I both got something in the mail from Two Hacks Garage. I haven't opened mine yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it now. Rabbit Trains Garage says 1883 is a good street. It is, man. It's cool. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and got into it. It's like last night, man. I got into it on Yellowstone, and then I'm not even going to bed till like 1:30 in the morning. But Two Hacks has sent me some stickers, which is very cool. Some of you might have them already. He did some stickers up for the No Name Nationals. He also did these little pins and stuff too. I appreciate it. I'll add it to my sticker collection. Let's see, Max Wedge. Al, do you know anyone who? Do you know? Let's see, Al. Do you know anyone who has tried the Amazon Chinese Edelbrock carburetors? No, I have not. He says they look good and can't tell the difference. I tell you what, man, the stuff you can get on Amazon now is like stupid. You know, it's like that Sportster that Tony got a while back. They had a messed up carburetor on it. He went on Amazon and got a knockoff carburetor for that Harley. And I think he spent 38 or 48 bucks for it. And the thing runs great. So I don't know, I might have to check that out. But my son, he buys off Amazon all the time. Other than that, doing good. Took Slag Hammer back to the shop today. I need more room in my driveway. Like I said, I'm busy expanding my garage. I got to get reorganized and get both them bays opened up, and that way I can work on cars and then have the other bay for a long-term project. And it kind of gives me my own little engine room area now. So that's a cool thing. Wayne Cook is in the house. What's going on, brother? See, Max Wedge says 200, 260 for the black carbs. Wow. Yeah, I have to check it out, man. But other than that, guys, man, I've just been chilling, resting, and getting ready to get back hard at it as far as back on the cars and stuff. And see where we go with it, man. Mopar Man 1978, what's going on, brother? He's driving home from work. Colleen says, are you keeping the engine from Power Tour and Slag Hammer for Donate Nationals? Don't know yet. I know we were planning on building another motor for No Name, but I mean, the 383 did what it was supposed to do. So it's hard to say what's going to happen exactly quite yet. And so probably here in the next couple of weeks, we'll know for sure what we're going to do motor-wise with it. Let's see. Big Billy Racing said between the 440 Sports and Amazon, you can build a big block Mopar stroker. I hear you. And it's funny you just said that, Big Billy, because I just got off the phone with Kiwi today. He's been so busy at his shop that, you know, he's been kind of out of touch a little bit. And so I talked with him over the weekend and figured out what we're going to do, because I still got his 446 back tore apart at the shop. And he was trying to figure out either getting that crank redone and or at Shackley's, or go stroker kit. And So I told him to give 440 Source a call because he said he called Summit and everybody else, and they were like anywhere between 4 weeks to undetermined delivery date. So he got a hold of 440 Source today, and we should have a stroker kit for Kiwi's 440 here in about a week and a half. So I'm gonna get started on that and start sharing that with y'all. Uh, I've got to get his car ready now for No Name Nationals on top of mine, and try to help Tony in and out on his. So it's going to be busy here for a little bit. Let's see. Auto Salvage Outlaws, what's going on, brother? I know I missed some of y'all's comments already. I'll try to get back with you here. There's a lot of people coming in and out right now. Let's see. Deduxter says, speaking of Mopar strokers, I'm trying to source a steel 440 crank and 6-pack rods for a project. Iron Fist 451. Let's see. I know about 2 months ago in Marketplace, I had actually found a set of 6-pack rods, and I also found a set of 6-pack rods on eBay. And that's when we were trying to figure out what we're going to do with Kiwi's motor. And so I don't know if they're still out there or not, but that was a couple months ago. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on Kiwi's motor, man. I don't like the motor being tore apart that long. Things start coming up missing and stuff like that. And I'm the type of person, once I tear down the motor, man, I want to get it done and back together. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll show up here in a week and a half. And I can get that motor built together. Then we still got to get Kiwi's Barracuda over to Tony's shop and start getting stuff together on that and get that motor in there. The formula, what's going on, brother? We got Dean Brown in the house. But if y'all been keeping up with Mr. Will, he had to do a live the other night. I guess Bear Rose was having some technical difficulties or something. And I caught most of the live. It was late at night. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Will, but I think, did you call the Junkyard Jet guys out, or did they call you out? Ah, 426 Hemi's in the house. What's up, brother? Tony's Hot Rod Garage is in. What's going on? Mr. Will says he called them out. Dude, I tell you what, I'm having fun. I liked your little teaser thing you did the other day, man. I about lost it. Hoping this will get some fire underneath their butts, man. Andreas says, I think the Junkyard kids are getting all the call outs. They've gotten a few, but man, they got to get that car done. Mr. Will says it's all good fun. It might be, brother, but man, I loved it, man. That video you put out, what was it, yesterday or something like that? A little short you did, man, that was pretty cool. Oh, we got 25 by 30 garage in the house. What's going on, brother? But I like for them to see them get it done, man. I mean, hell, they've been on that thing, what, going on a year now? Yeah, things getting down to the technical stuff. So hopefully they'll get it done and get it pulled through. Owen Drive says, I haven't kept up with all the channels I subscribe to for this, but I figured the more the merrier, right? I hear you. Well, I did see a little bit of video. I think it was last night or this early this morning. Um, One of the channels, um, I think he's pulling out for the No Name National as far as he's still waiting on parts and the logistics of everything. And he did a little video saying that he was pulling out and sorry, but he's still going to be there as a spectator. I mean, I tell you what, it's going to be expensive for some of these guys to get there. I mean, with the way fuel prices and stuff are right now. Let's see, do have Dog 45 says tailor made muscle cars need subs. Check him out. Auto Salvage Outlaw says, glad you finished Power Tour. Me too, man. I had fun, but man, it was hot. A lot of people was asking me if I was going to do it next year. So we'll see what's up. Harry Favorite the Third, what's going on, brother? Said he enjoyed the Power Tour series. I appreciate it. I'll Savage Outlaw said he felt bad for me and the ones that couldn't run their air. I mean, it was hot, man, but I mean, that car was never intended to have air in it. And I had a lot of people in the comments and stuff on the videos like, you need to put vintage air in that car. And, you know, because a lot of them not really knowing, I mean, the build of the car, but that car never it was intended to have air, nor will it ever have air. And I just, you know, toughed it out, man, and got through it. Harry Potter Third says that much staying cool. I know today's actually been a cool day here in Tennessee, and it's actually was kind of nice today. The humidity was low, but now tomorrow's supposed to be back in the 90s. Roger asked about. I was going to ask you if you still, dude. I am, man. I still got your number on my phone, and I'm actually going to try to get with you this week on it and see what we can work out. DRC Racing, what's going on, brother? Rider to pill horses, get an ice tube and hang it out the window, right? Well, if I decide to go next year and do it again with the same car, I'm probably going to do like what Danny and Dan did over at DD Speed Shop and make the little shirts with the tubes in them and run it in and out of the cooler. Is that actually worked pretty decent for them? Big Belly Racing, did you hear about the Rocky Mountain Race Week last week? Stumble on my mistakes on YouTube. Yeah, I saw where they had already started that. But my focus on that for anything like that is going to be a sick week next year in Florida. DRC Racing, you know it, brother. I'm coming. As soon as they open up registrations, I am going to get on board. As a matter of fact, I called and talked with the secretary last week, wanting to know when registrations were going to be open up. She said, hopefully soon. They doesn't have a date yet. Let's see. Chris Woodrash, Rotor Rooter. What's going on, man? There's a lot of new people on here tonight. I appreciate it. Says he can't wait to see the times of Slag Hammer with the new gear setup. Me too. I mean, I want to go shake that car down the track and stuff once we get all that done. Got to get with TCI this week. or next week. I think it's on. Let's see what's going to be on the 6th, and get with them about getting a torque converter built for it. And then I got to see if dude's done with the dry shaft yet. The original dry shaft for slag hammer has not made it back to the shop yet. And I kind of need that because that dry shaft is like an inch longer than the one that's in it right now. Let's see. Chris asked what stall speed. We're looking at about 4,000 on the stall. Let's see. Sean's asking, are you going to see what the hammer's limits are? Oh, yeah. I got to see what its limit is and what's going to break and either upgrade the part or fix it so that way it doesn't break again. DRC Racing says you're going to run a 67 Belvedere. Cool deal. Let's see. Doug's asking, would a 2500 stall converter be enough behind a 451? It all depends what you put in it, man. I mean, it depends what kind of pistons you're going to put in that thing, what cam you're going to put in it, how far advanced you're going to run that cam, what gear you're going to run. I mean, everything's got to match up from the motor, transmission to the rear. Let's see. Battery, what's going on, guys? Got Angus Whipper in the house. What's going on? Auto Salvage Outlaws asking what's all wrong with my car. There's nothing really wrong with that. I just got to change parts out and get ready for No Name Nationals. Robert says he's got 3,500 to stall for his D150 with a 390 stroker. You know, it's like DRC Race saying it's all about the combination of what you're going to run, what you're going to do with it. Let's see, Wayne Buswell. Hey, Al, if you had to pick a part that would fail, where do you see the weakest link? To me personally, weakest link is axles and U-joints, man. Auto Savage Outlaw says, I know it sounded good on Power Tour. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't sound bad. I mean, she's a loose motor. I mean, so basically, there's not really any break in on it. So, Cohen's still asking about my line bending videos. Yes, I'm going to put some out very soon. So, let's see. John Mont says, so Al, let's see. I get that the motor, cam, stall, and trans and gearing all have to match. So, what's the process? Well, I mean, the process for me personally, and everybody else has got their own opinion on it. Number one is what you want to do with the car. If it's going to be a regular, just street go have fun car, if it's going to be a street strip, or if it's going to be just a drag car. I mean, a lot of those factor in on what you want to do with the build. I mean, you don't want to give a big ass honker cam, you know, that requires a lot of, you know, stall for it to work properly, and you tie it up with, you know, an 1,800 to a 2,500 stall, and the cam's not going to be happy. And also, your rear gear ratios are part of that equation as well. And but for me, I've always wanted to match. I want this kind of horsepower motor. This is what I want to do with it. This is where I want the stall to kick in at with the cam I'm using. Because your cams, depending on what cam you get, they kick in at certain RPMs. Now, like on Slag Hammer, the cam that's in that at 302 cam, its happy start point is at 3,000 RPM. That's when the cam wants to wake up and do its business. You know, and you got other cams that will kick in at, you know, 2,800, 2,600. You know, so if you sit there and you build a motor and you want to get that to the rear of the car, then things have got to match. You got to get your stall speed right to be happy with the motor. You got to get your gear rears right to be happy with stall and the motor. So to me, it's just about matching things up and getting it to where it works the best for what you're wanting to do. Let's see. And it's like DRC is talking about right now. Wouldn't go over 3,500 for a street car, which is true. It's like with Ethan's race truck. He wanted to still be able to drive it on the street and go have fun at the track. And so when we had the torque converter done at it, the best common area was going to be 3,000 on the stall. That way he can wake the motor up, because that cam there kicks in at 2,700 RPM. And so it allows him to get the motor locked in, ready to go, and shoot off at 3. But it also allows him to go drive it on the street and not burn it up. Let's see. Let's see. Auto salvage. See, watching your car and the young guy that had that Dodge looked like a race car makes me want to find me a Dodge. You know what? I really didn't get a chance to really look at his car that close, but it was cool. I did find his channel, and I mean, this kid's been in the garage since he was in diapers, man. Let's see. Rating Slant 6 asked me, do you have a safety loop on slack hammer front U joint? That's one of the things I'm going to be doing. I addressed that in one of the other videos the other day. Things I had to fix, things I had to buy, and one of those things are I need to get a hoop made for the front part section of the dry shaft. So that's already in the mix, brother. Let's see. Big Billy Racing's asking, Al, how do these drag week guys do it? Dude, I don't know. I've never been to one. I mean, I watched a bunch of videos, and the stuff that they go through to get the car to be able to drive it on the interstate. And then once they get where they get at, they got to change their setup for drag. And I got to see how sick week is going to go, because I might have to change my combination up a little bit for sick week. So that way I'm not having to sit there and pull axles, put a chunk in to go race, and then pull that chunk out to drive it back on the interstate again, and along with the stalls. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to try to find like a happy medium setup on the stall and the rear gear on that for sick week, so that way I don't have to keep changing them out. Tony's Hot Rod Garage says lockup converters is a lifesaver for high stall street cars, right? Yeah, Colleen says overdrive. No, it's not going to get an overdrive at her. And I thought about 2 different tire sizes, one for the strip and one for driving on the interstate too. So a lot of things I got to think about and get ready for next year. But right now, my main concern is getting some things ready for No Name Nationals. Chris is asking, I still have plans for paint. I do. It's just not going to happen right now. Battery said would be nice. Would be cool to try a 518 someday. Overdrive would be nice. Yeah, I mean, I thought about it. But I mean, this particular car, is set the way it's set. I mean, if I decide to do something different, I'll just build another car. I'll just have said I would drive it like it is. I mean, it's fine, but I mean, the torque converter I got it right now is only like a 2500 stall converter and running to 323 gears. TNT Garage, what's going on, man? DRC says he's 8 minutes away from Bradenton Motorsports Park. TNZ asks, do you have any thoughts of building a car for yourself? Oh, all the time, man. And eventually I'm going to, like I said, I was talking with a guy earlier, looking at a 63 Lark. Now I want to go see about getting and build that one. So we'll see what's happening. Let's see, the ranch. What's going on, brother? Rating Science 6 says, yeah, tires are definitely easier to change out than chunks. Oh, I hear you. See, Wayne Cook, did you ever run Tampa Dragway or Twin City, or were you too young? I saw Tony with United Speed World. I've been to Tampa Dragway. Matter of fact, I used to go to Lakeland when it was open. And the last time I went down to Lakeland, I actually went mudding. I took my mud truck down there. And the next year they shut the doors down. But yeah, I mean, I know the scene down there, man. I used to race Gandy in Tampa every weekend, man, when I was a kid growing up. Gandy Bridge. DRC races. Dude, I mean, I tell you what, man, I wish they never would have shut that place down. I mean, it was always a good time going to Lakeland. I mean, you could do everything there. You can do roundy round, you can do drag strip, you can sit there and turn around and do mudding. They had a mud pit from hell. I mean, they had everything there, man. It was a good setup. Mike Frederick, what's going on, brother? He says he loved the Power Tour daily shows. I appreciate it. Let's see. I just missed one. Hang on a second. Looks like another new guy here. Sorry if I'm missing some of y'all's comments. I'm tired and these things are going a little fast. Mopar R Life 3. What's up, brother? Another new guy in tonight. What's up, Al, man? Heard one of my friends wiped out a cam within 100 miles on a rebuild. Crazy, he said that it was the same load, number 7, that caused the rebuild in the first place. Well, my question would be, did he do a full rebuild on it, or he just changed the cam out? Let's see. Trying to decipher what's going on here. What is the cruise speed in the last gear? Cruise should be higher than the stall, so it doesn't build up too much heat. TNT Garage at No Name National. Is there anyone you want to race? Well, I've already got something lined up with Nolan from Wild Rose Garage. We kind of made a nice little agreement to race each other when the No Name first started. We just hadn't made a big fuss about it. And I'm looking forward to racing him when that comes. And I've had a couple of other guys just wanting to race after Nolan. And like I told him, I said, sure, but let's see how things happen after the first race. See, my person said a complete overhaul. He said a 6.1 Hemi. Told maybe the cam journals are tweaked out of line. It's hard to say. I mean, if he didn't go have that block redone to see what's going on, I mean, because Man, I've done a lot of those, man, where the cams are wiped out, and I've had good luck. And there shouldn't be a break-in on those cams. It's a roller cam. So all you do is just basically clean the motor out, get all the gunk and debris out of it, check the bearings, make sure they're good, put the new cam, new lifters in it. And it might have been, it might be coincidence that he dumped number 7 again. It's hard to say. Big Billy Race is saying now the track you were talking about that closed is still there. No, DRC actually answered your question. I think Amazon or someone like that bought the property out years ago. Everything's going industrial, man. The days of the nice hometown tracks and stuff are just going by the wayside. Mr. Will says definitely be one of the main races for sure. I'm gonna love it, man. I'm out there to have fun. If I win, that's fine. If I lose, that's fine. Either way, it's a good time. Mopar for life. Let's see. Is it true that new Hemis don't need cam degree? Dude, it all depends what you want to do with them. I mean, the pre-Eagle 5, platform. It's from 03 to 08. It all depends what you do with the motor. You can buy cams that are advanced 2 degrees, 4 degrees for them. You can buy aftermarket timing wheels to advance your curve depending on your application. The 09 and up VVT motors. A lot of guys keep the VVT, the variable valve timing in them. A lot of people who build the later model ones do a cam lock on it. At the end of the day, it all depends what you want to do. See, Battery Protection saying, are you going to join in on the bracket races at No Name National? I don't know, because he's wanted that 28 1050 deal on the tires, which means I'd have to get another set of slicks. RC Top Peeler, what's going on, brother? If I missed some of y'all that came in, what's going on? I welcome everybody to the live this evening. And basically what we do here, I talk what's been going on during the week. I find out what y'all guys have been up to during the week. We talk cars, engine, motors. I don't know everything, but there is somebody on here that will know something maybe I don't know what's up. So it's all a good time. Oh, we got Ed's Machine Shop in. What's going on, brother? DRC said Bradenton pulled out all the old asphalt up and putting down 1,000 foot of concrete. Oh, God. They did that up here at Crossville when they revamped it. Battery says a separate deal of the brake. I don't know. I might do it, man. Like I said, see how the car holds up. I'll give it all she's got till she's done. Mohawk 62, what's going on, brother? Let's see. Hey, Al, what car show are you going to this weekend? I thought that the Cars and Coffee was this weekend, but I got to double check my calendar, because it says something there about July 6th, but July 6th is in the middle of the week. So I need to double check on the date. Let's see, DRC Racing. Let's see, yes, I'm not far from Brayton. I don't know what age bracket you're in, brother, DRC, but do you remember back in the day? I used to race in Tampa off Gandy every weekend. I don't know if you remember that back in the day or not. Tim Part 67 said, I just went to a car show Sunday. I enjoyed it, man. It was a good weekend to go to a car show. Over here, Saturday was great. Let's see. RC Top Food says, "What do you think about the shortened 1,000-foot track versus quarter mile?" I haven't honestly haven't given much thought to it because where I live at, man, most of the track, 90% of tracks here are 8 mile tracks. The closest thing you can get to a quarter mile track, I think, is in Bowling Green, and they don't even run the quarter all the time. The DRC race again, he was a ton. Dude, it was, man, back in the day. Max Wedge says, "I might be going to a car show in my hometown instead of going to the races." Dude, I know, man. The price of fuel is like really stupid. My son just came home today and told me the gas station across the street in our neighborhood I fill up all the time. He said, "Yeah," he told me that 93 was up to 5.65 a gallon for 93. So yeah, it's stupid because everything I got here at the house, man, runs on 93. And then, of course, being on Power Tour, boy, that really sucked it up. Mini CM, would you ever put a 4 Lincoln Slammer hammer? No. That car is its own entity of the build, and that car, suspension wise, will be what it is. Now, I go to build another car, that could be a different story. RC Top Hero says, "What do you think Slaghammer run in eighth?" Dude, I have no idea until I actually take it to the track and see what it's going to do. I'm not going to speculate what the car can do. Ryder Pair Storm, what's the next swap meet in Tennessee or Georgia? I have no idea. I have been so busy. I know I'm going to the Music City Mopar thing in Lebanon this fall. I usually try to go every year, and it usually has a big swap meet there with it. I think they had one. Let's see, a couple years ago, I went to one around Brainerd. So I don't know if they're still doing that or not. DRC says, "I can't travel that far. I was coming, but fuel halted the plans. West Coast, Florida, Missouri is just too damn far." I hear you, man. I mean, and a lot of people are going through that right now, and a lot of people can't afford the fuel. And the one guy that pulled out um, was talking about fuel. He said, "I'm not going to put that kind of money into something to where I'm going to go to Sykes in Missouri and only get to run the car once." And which it's understandable. I look at it this way: the thing that's happening in Missouri and Sykes and on the No Name National is more than just drag racing, man. I mean, there's going to be everything there. Everybody, people wise, is going to be there. So to me, it's not just for the drag racing, but also everything else is going to be involved while it's there. DR says, "I have a 3500 454 dually." Oh, I know that thing sucks some fuel down road. Let's see. RC Top Fueler, what was your final cost on Power Tour? You know what? I was just adding that up the other day. I'm almost done calculating everything, so I'm probably going to put out a video this week of what Power Tour cost me in Cyhammer, and I guess the do's and don'ts while you're on Power Tour to help save money. And but it's out there, and but like I said, I'll show that here in a few days. Wild Rose, what's up, man? He's got to go back to work on junk. Damn it, boy. Have a good one, Nolan. Bus Garage is here. What's going on? But yeah, I mean, it's going to be expensive, man. There's no doubt about it. And with the No Name Nationals, man, there's a couple guys coming from Canada to come do this thing. And then, like with Power Tour, you know, Top People were just asking what my final cost was. Um, Danny and Dan from DD's Speed Shop, man. I mean, they came from Canada down into, I think their whole ordeal was like about 4,000 miles round trip. And one of the things he brought up was that fuel is so high in Canada. When he came down here, he's like, it was like a price break for him. For where here we are, is like, oh my God, it's going through the roof. And for him, it was like, hell, it's cheaper than what it is at the house. I say Tim Mopar says, sorry everyone, not much in the talking midnight. Hey dude, it's all right, man. We all got those nights. But I don't know. We'll just see what happens, man. I mean, I'm still planning on going, and whatever it's going to cost is going to cost. Big Billy Raisin says Canada's a bigger country than oh, I hear you, man. I hear you. But they enjoyed it, man. They're talking about wanting to do it again next year. I was going to ask you about that Tim Mopar. He said you lost your dream car that I was watching for 15 years. Sorry to hear about that, man. I've had that happen a couple times. The wrench says, anyone notice that every time the government mentions the Clean Air Act, more electric vehicles, commercial and electric cars and gas prices go up? Dude, the whole gas price is just stupid period right now. I mean, it's anywhere between price gouging all the way up to them saying it's a demand supply issue. I don't know. It's whatever's happening is going to have to come to a peak and it's either explode or people get pissed off before things start going back down again. Let's see, Ranstat 6. If new cars aren't being built because of computer chips and part shortages, there must be a bunch of idle new car carriers. Maybe racers could pull together computers. Oh, I hear you, man. Hell, I'm still waiting on a thing for my Jeep Commander, man. It's going on, 2 years. And I'm about to the point now with that is just either go through and rewire the whole damn thing myself or what. But my issue with my Commander is the wireless control module, and it was a 1 year only on that car. But I mean, I know it's definitely everything's hitting everybody's wallet right now. That's for damn sure. Because I know when we first decided to do Power Tour, I mean, gas was like 250, 289 a gallon. And then jump from that to, let's see, the average was about 546 a gallon on the tour. So I mean, it's stupid. Of course, price food is up too. So I mean, And Mohawk Center saying, yeah, turn your AC off and don't use your washer, could black out. I tell you what, there was some. I heard people talking about they were having some issues with blackout and stuff. I hadn't had any issues here personally in my area. I heard there's a lot of that going on as well. DRC Racing is putting a little shout out here. Support your local speed shops, not the big box speed stores. He's got a live coming Thursday, and he's going to talk about that. So I might have to hang out for that. But he's right, man. I either try to buy straight from the manufacturer versus the big chains, and the big chains right now, man. The wait time of some of these parts, and to where you can go straight to the manufacturer, and 9 times out of 10 you can order directly through them and get it faster. Rainsight 6 says, yeah. He says, yeah, but it's a 1 year only. Retrofitting, the more common. And I can do that. I mean, but I'd have to sit there and change out the body control module, PCM again, uh, because that year there, the wireless control module was a one, like I said, a 1 year setup, and the other ones are multi-year. So I don't know. I'll figure something out with it. Backer Bob 59, what's going on, brother? But yeah, I mean, just everything's crazy right now, man. But I'm gonna push through it. I mean, I'm not gonna let it stop me. It might slow me down a little bit, but it's not gonna stop me. Yeah, DRC said, yep, 100%. My Duster drag car was built supporting local and directly from manufacturers. Not one damn nut or bolt part was from some of their jacks. It's just getting stupid, man. I mean, when Tony and I started ordering parts a while back when we first started Slackhammer, and the big price difference between Summit and Jags and the manufacturers is like stupid. Yeah, it's like I was talking about with Kiwi's motor. He tried to get a hold of Summit about the stroker kit, and it was an undetermined date of delivery. Jags was 4 weeks with a question mark. Like I said, I was like, dude, try out 440 source, and you can probably get it quicker. And he called him up, and hopefully in a week and a half. So Indrek says, "Are you editing your own videos and music?" Dude, I do everything myself. I'm more or less a one man show. Rude Mopar, dude, what's happening, brother? Doctor says one man band. I hear you. Let's see. Tony Hart Rod Garage said, "Shit, if it ain't Chevy, Summit and Jag doesn't stock these days." Man, I tell you what, if you're a Mopar person, man, it sucks. It don't matter if you're doing Summit, Jags, hell, your damn local parts store and their little high performance section. All you see is everything for Ford and Chevy, nothing for a Dodge. Mohawk 62 says, "Hey, where's your bike? It's in the garage." Um, Finally got time to order the fuel filter for it. So hopefully that'll be in here the next few days so I can start riding again. Big Valley Racing says Mancini Racing is all about the best. Oh, I understand. Let's see. Tony's Hard Rock Garage says I've had such a hell of a time finding parts for the 420 AFE. I'm telling you, man, it's stupid right now. Max Webster said parts stores have to order valve cover gaskets. Oh, I know, man. It's stupid. I mean, it's really stupid. I realize, the way the auto parts industry works, basically they'll carry everything for a car up to 10 years. And then after that point, it's to like, well, we can get it at our hub to, well, we got to go vendor direct. And it's gotten to the point now when you guys sit there and order stuff online, through our local auto parts store, you're better off doing it yourself. And it's like now they tell me, well, we got to order it. And I was like, no, I'll just order it myself. Mr. Will says, I personally stay away from Summit and Jags. All my stuff is rebuilt or from the manufacturer. I try to stay away from them as much as I can. If there's a part that I absolutely cannot find, and maybe Jags or Summit might have it on the shelf that's old stock that's been sitting there for a little bit, then I'll resort to going them. I have no other option, but most of the time I try to stay away from them. Tim Part 67 says, thank you for having your live stream. Good night, everyone. Dude, I hope you feel better. I mean, it really sucks. I know it does. It's like Ethan. He's been ordering parts for a while now for his SRT8. And is kind of stockpiling them till we get everything we need to tear that car down. And he's had stuff he's ordered is taking 3 to 4 weeks to finally show up. See, DRC Racing says, I also found out with local speed shops, they're way better one-on-one service. Oh, they are, man. I mean, because they want your business. And most of these guys that do the local speed shops, I mean, they're fellow racers, they're fellow hot rodders, they're fellow, builders. Max Wegg said he bought a mechanical advanced Mopar big block racing distributor for $50 on Amazon. Amazon's stupid, man. I mean, they're the stuff they sell and for the prices. I mean, my son's, I think he's got the gold or platinum plan with Amazon, man. There's like 2, 3 packages a week coming in from him. The wrench said he ordered a Whelen tunnel ram for 413 and it took 9 months. Oh my God. Owen Drop says some Amazon's like sideways eBay. DRC Racing says honestly I'd rather pay a little more and wait if I have to. Last thing I bought from Summit was 18 years ago. Roger, he says parts stores can sell anything that wasn't for a computer. They would be lost trying. Dude, I tell you what, man. These days with the parts stores and stuff, the kids they've got in there now working. I mean, they don't have a clue. If they can't punch it up on a computer, they're like lost. That's why here at my local parts store, they let me go straight to the computer and find what I need. DRC looks like you're getting a few subs tonight, man. Just Mopar Joe's in the house. What's up, brother? Just let me know you got the shirt and the sticker. I have an unboxing video of it and a bunch of other goodies. Cool. Let's see. Maxwell said my brother tried to order a tunnel ram for a 360. Nobody has them back order. Dude, there's a lot of stuff back order, man. And stuff that you think that would have be easy to get. It takes forever. The stuff that you figure would take forever to get, they've got it. So I mean, the wrench said recently I did a comparison on the Permacool $95 fan from Summit compared to eBay's same size fan, and used just summarize what I found. Well, it's like with me. I had to replace the hubs on my Dodge pickup, and I ordered one here locally. And I do this every time, man. When I got a wheel bearing going out, when I hear it, and where I'm hearing it at, it's actually the opposite one that's bad, and I do it every time. So anyway, I went and bought one. It was like $145 for this wheel hub. So I buy it and I put it on there. And of course, it took care of part of the problem that all of it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to spend another $145 again. So I got on Rock Auto and ordered one. They had one for $65. And so far, both of them have been on the truck now for, let's see, 5 months. And the $65 one is working just as good as the 145. So let's see. The Irish Outlaw Garage said that happened to me on the tour. All right, I must have missed part of your comment. DRC said I just sent 2 hacks a huge box of parts I had sitting around. Cool deal, man. I saw you comment earlier about racers helping racers out. That's one thing I have to say about the Power Tour that I saw a lot of was people helping people out. I mean, just broke down somewhere, 3 or 4 other vehicles would show up, try to get this person back on the road again. Irish all at wrong wheel bearing side. Dude, it happens every time. I can sit and be driving and I'll hear the noise. I got both windows down, trying to figure out which side it's coming from. And but every time I do it, man, Boat Garage says people helping people is the coolest thing whenever you want to give them receiving. It is, man. I mean, it's like, a random stranger. I mean, because on Power Tour, man, you got to sit there. You spend all day at the event, then you pack up. You got to figure out if you're going to stay at a hotel room that night there and leave the next morning, or just pack up and leave and go to the next one and rest. And I mean, it's just not a lot of time. But these people would stop what they were doing. It's like Bicycle Garage and Sparks and them. They were traveling with some people, and one of their friends' car broke down. Well, hell, all of them pulled off and tried to help, stayed with him until the car got running. They missed the Nashville event because of it, but I mean, stuff like that's just cool. Let's see. I shall said it happened on my Power Stroke too. Expensive brain for. Oh, it can be, man. I mean, but the good thing for me this time though, um, when I took that hub off and replaced the wrong one, but I can sit there and take the hub and turn it, and you could hear that things were dry. And so it was a good. I guess it was a good thing I replaced both of them because both of them just sounded like crap. The Duchess says I like to blend of wrench and drive. The wrenching gets you to drive. I hear you, man. Tim Hedges, what's going on, brother? How is the Honda coming along? Which one? Ethan's got all his parts ordered for his. They're sitting in the shop, taking up space. He was supposed to go take the car, I think, today back to the guy that did the body work on it to get all that straightened out, but I don't think that happened. As far as the other Honda I had in here last week that was Rouse, with the brake lines and stuff, he's driving the piss out of it and loves it. Let's see, Dexter, glad you asked him. The CBX 10s are still in for paint. Oh, wait, that was for Al. Ed's taking off for the evening. Good night, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. Mr. Will. This quick shout out. Mr. Will and Nolan from Wild Rose Garage are getting together again this Thursday at 8 p.m. So check out Mr. Will's Dying Breed Garage and make sure you go over there and give him a like and subscribe. He's also one of the guys in the No Name 500. And I really like for him to be there. He's a cool guy. They talk about a lot of automotive history stuff. And he's got some cool cars, man. So go check him out. TNT Garage, how's the turbo coming along? Haven't gotten started on it, man. That's one of those projects where it's kind of falling in line with everything else. I think once I get done with getting stuff ready for No Name Nationals and get done with that, then I'll probably concentrate on the turbo. I still need to get back with the manufacturer about working something out on getting all the piping, the blow off valves, the intercooler, and stuff like that. And once I get all that in, and then hopefully, let's see what happens. Yeah, Roger says that'd be a good thing for the Lark, LOL. Dude, I got plans for that Lark. We come up with a deal. I've already got the drivetrain here at the house, and it's going to be nice. Roger Baxter said, "Heavy, you never know, brother." But like I said, man, we can work out something on that car, man. I want to do something really nice to it. But matter of fact, I'll probably give you a call sometime tomorrow. I don't know if you work during the day or not. All right. Well, I plan on probably giving you a call sometime tomorrow. The wrench said I swapped and pulled on the blower build. Instead of a 31 driving to 36, now I have the 36 driving to 31. Sounds wicked from 15 under drive, 15 overdrive. Anyway, man. Rider Pair Horse says, heck, I'm happy to wash my car, right? Will do, Roger. Ari, what's going on, man? You finally made it. What's up, brother? Doctor says, I want a blower worse than anything, right? Let's see. Harry Power III says, I have a dual plane intake with a 1 inch spacer, and my car seems to run rich on the driver's side. I get white fumes on the driver's side with a heavy gas smell. It's a 318 with a 650 Edelbrock. So if you're running true dual exhaust and you're getting rich and gas on the left side of the carburetor or the left side of the car versus the right, it sounds like there's still an adjustment issue. Mopar Viper, see what ET think the car will run at No Name Nationals. I have no idea yet, dude. Until I get the car prepped and get some runs down the track with it, that'll kind of give me a baseline of what I think it's going to do. The wrench says yes, it would run different on side to side on dual plane, quite normal. Max West says try cross getting take a look at your plugs and cross jet the Edelbrock. Irish Outlaw says he hopes 24s and Irish. Dude, I can't wait to see that thing, man. Roger, you have a good one, brother. But yeah, we had a dual plane on Ethan's Cornetta for a little bit, and I had to do a lot of adjusting and tweaking on it until everything balanced out on it. Parker Russell, what's going on, man? See, Parker says Sledgehammer looks sweet. Not personal fan of the exhaust, but it's not my build. The custom plates were sick. Yeah, I like the plates, man. I was trying to figure out a name for it, and I didn't have a Plymouth insert put on the grill, and I was like, well, let's put Sledgehammer there. As far as the exhaust goes, dude, it's just meant to be rude, crude, nasty, obnoxious. I mean, if you remember back in the day, I mean, there was a lot of cars that were kind of like that, and that's kind of what we base things on. Now, of course, the mufflers are covered off for no name, so it's going to be header with a header extension on it. Harry Potter said, I like the car show that step side D100 parked beside you. Dude, it was very, very clean, inside and out. I talked with the dude for a little bit, and the motor it's in, it's a built 360, and it sounded righteous. And kind of find out it used to be one of their drag cars, and it did, what do you say it did at the track? 725, 750 at the track with that motor in another car. Park Ross says, in that case, exhaust is perfect. It's right. I mean, there's a lot of people who didn't like the exhaust. There's a lot of people who didn't like the tires. They didn't like the rims. They didn't like the setup. But to each their own. I mean, the car was built a certain way for a reason, and she is what she is. I mean, the car has a life of its own now. If I sit there and start changing setups on that car next few years, it's almost going to be like the old Project X deal. Harry says, I'm not driving my car for a lot of people. I drive it for me. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. I mean, that's what you want to make it. All right, Harry. Now you're making me hungry. Big Billy Racing 2030 Slag ever goes electric, right? Parker Rosa said, what changed with the deal? Because originally, what happened was what changed the whole thing on the build of the car was to the fact of that they canceled the Gambler 500 that year. And so the car sat stagnant. It was still basically just a frame of a body on a frame. And then when Tony and I started talking about it, he had an idea. I had an idea about what to do with the car, and that's how I got involved with the build, and that's how Slag Hammer came about. And so the other part is, how do you manage to keep on a build after the build changes? Well, the good thing was he wasn't too far into that build. So there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, there were some things I had to cut back out of the car that he had in there to do what I did with it. And but sometimes life hits you that way, and you just got to shift gears and roll with it. Or I've seen projects like happen like that before, where something had changed, the person gave up on it, it sits and sits, and ends up rotting into rust somewhere. But it's a cool build. I mean, the car took on its own life, man, and for what we got done on it in 7 months, man, I mean, there's still a lot more that needs to be done to her. But up to this point, man, I mean, what got done in 7 months is just, it's cool as shit. DRC Racing said, told Ari, if you like spicy food, try Korean. Dude, I like all kind of spicy foods. I love it. Rain Slant 6 says, if they run another game with 500, will you want to still run? Not with Slaghammer. And what I've heard from my son the other day, supposedly they're going to be doing a game for 500 this year. And he told me that they're thinking about, they got a little shit box in the backyard here. It's a little Hyundai that him and his buddies got for free. It's a 5 speed. And man, they have tried to blow this car up, but it does not want to blow up. Every body panel on that thing is dented to hell and back. They ripped the hood off of it. They took the header, cut it, flipped it upside down. They got a little stack going up through it now. And they turned it into a little burnout car. But now, from what he's telling me, if this is correct, supposedly they're going to have a Gamer 500 this fall, and they're going to put that car in it. And they're going to raise it up 2 inches, put some all-terrain tires on it, and just give it hell. Mopar Left 3, did people give you slack for the Honda vids? I think a good how-to vid with those type of vehicles. I actually didn't get too much slack. The only thing I get when I do something that veers off a little bit from doing Mopar stuff is says, yeah, a lot of people don't watch it as much as the other stuff. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, I'm turning wrenches, and I don't mind working on Hondas. Now I had one guy comment on it when I did the brakes on Rouse Honda. He says, I don't mind you working on Hondas. He says, but if you start doing like a Le Mans car or a Yugo, he says, I'm going to unsubscribe. And I said, dude, if I end up working on one of those, I'm going to unsubscribe myself. Otto 1303 asks, how did you and Tony initially get acquainted? Um, when Tony first opened his shop, Miss South Mopars, um, I had just gotten the Cornet for Ethan. We picked it up when he was 14 years old, and I was needing some parts. And a friend of mine I know that's in the Mopar community said, you go check this guy out. He sells parts. So that's how we initially met. So that was, let's see, 14, 6, 20. So that was about 7 years ago. And we always hit and miss with each other. We bounced some ideas and stuff. And then we talked about doing some projects, down the road, and I never had the time to do it at the time. And and then finally the Hammer deal came up, and I decided to get involved with it. But I mean, I've known Tony for a while now. Douglas says Sledgehammer needs a full-on boogie van paint job. Scales, lacing, stripes, and murals and more, right? And gold leaf lettering. Dude, I've had so many people say that. And then I had a lot of people on Power Tour when I was telling them, as far as wanting to get the body work finished up and get it painted. And hell, I even had a lot of people say, dude, leave it the way it is. So you never know, man. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Rating says this is sort of like an enduro car. I really don't know exactly the full details on the Gabler 500. All I know is briefly that it's an event that they put together in different states. Each one has their own kind of little gambler deal, and basically they go find an area or some land to go do trails on, and basically while you're on the trails, if you see trash and stuff, pick it up in bags and stuff like that. Parker Ross said, y'all did a lot of body work. I was like, dude, and there's still a lot of body work left to do on that thing. DRC Racing says he is 21 subs away from 500. He says, I'm not going to make the No Name Nationals, but when I get my 500 subs, I'm going to send John $50 for best reaction time at No Name. The wrench says, okay, I'm going to start my engine with open headers to let my neighbors know I'm still wrenching. Thanks. Wrench, you have a good one, brother. Appreciate you coming by. Parker Russell says Jim Bennett and the crew are amazing. I had the honor of hanging out with them one Saturday, and they were super welcoming. Yeah, I mean, he did some good work, man. DRT says that's my donation to the race. There you go. Auto 1303 says Sledgehammer looks great in primer gray and work in progress. Paint tends to finalize things sometimes, right? Punisher Lemons Garage, what's going on, man? John, appreciate you being here. He said he's fading over here. Keep up the good. I'm fading too, man. I am wore the hell out today. Ari goes, it's funny the content that people like and don't like. It's not like the content people don't like, even when it gets less views, just more negative feedback. And I really don't get negative feedback on doing other stuff, but my primary thing is Mopar out, it's maybe Mopar stuff. But I mean, when something comes in, for me to work on, I'm going to work on it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of what pays the bills for me to do stuff with my Mopars. DRC Racing says I love Sledgehammer just that way it is. I do too, man. I mean, it's kind of cool. I guess, I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's like working with my hands. I mean, DRC Racing said, "Al, did you go to high school down here?" I did for a little bit, man. I went to Hillsborough High. I did 2 years at Hillsborough High. Then I went to Irwin Botech. But yeah, DRC, I was born down there in Tampa, born and raised. I left there in '98. Riverview. Oh yeah. Mopar to D-Roy on cigarettes. Nope. Don't run on cigs, man. Smoke Marlboro 72s. They're a short cigarette. It got to the point, my regular Marlboros, I wasn't smoking them all the way anyway. So I just started smoking the short ones here about 7, 8 years ago. I really need to quit. But nope, I don't roll my own. But yeah, definitely DRC, man. We'll have to hook up when I get down that way. Daddy's Money Garage is at the house. They live. 426. 426 even said pudding. Yep, pudding's in the house. Let's see. Big Belly Racing out. If you ever do a Mopar V8 swap into like a non Mopar vehicle, what would you choose? Oh, God. Mopar swap and a non Mopar car. Hmm. I'd have to think about that one, man. Let's see. Daddy's my garage. How was Slag Hammer in the rain yesterday? I don't know. I didn't drive it in the rain yesterday. I've been busy expanding my garage. Mopar Den, what's going on, man? Tim Hedges says Chevy truck. Irish Outlaw says he's thinking about putting a 460 in his D100. Yee. I don't know. If I had to pick a non Mopar car, I guess it would have to be like a Studebaker or something, man. Irish Outlaw said unsubscribed. But I'd say probably either a Studebaker or some older like foreign car or something like that. I really couldn't consider and put a Mopar motor down in a Chevrolet or a Ford, anything like that. Big Billy said, "Thought I said Porsche." Dude, there's so many people that do Porsches, man. The first V8 swap I did years ago, man, was on a Triumph TR7. We did a 350 swap in it. Oh, it says if not Mopar, it's AMC or Volkswagen. Well, AMC technically is Mopar now. When they bought the Jeep brand out from AMC, they bought AMC out. Internationals, dude. I like internationals too. Mopar Dan, appreciate it. The super chat. Enjoyed your power tour video and slag hammer. Here's a little cash replenished to gas. No doubt, brother. Buff said he almost went with a Rambler American instead of the Pontiac, but felt Pontiac right. I actually had a Rambler American down in Florida that I bought from my cousin, and never had the time to go down there to get it. And I just told him, I said, "Man, put it back up for sale." And my other cousin, his sister, ended up buying the car. So we'll see what happens. Big Bear Larry says, fortunately, there's not much left to Mopar for 2022. Oh, said he loves his Eagles. Oh, yeah. Punisher said he had a Hearst Rambler. Oh, wow. But that would have been a cool car. I mean, I wanted to bring it up here and do something with it. It had a 6-cylinder, and I was going to pull it out and do a V8 conversion in it. And man, there's everything going on. Just really just didn't have the time. Too many other projects going on. Dexter, you have a good one, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, speaking of stuff, you can get merch now online. Go to moparal, one word, .com. I've had a lot of people ask about that. I tried to set something up on Facebook, and because I really didn't want to start a website up. And a lot of y'all sent me comments about y'all didn't do Facebook and stuff like that. So I went ahead and broke down and put a website together. So now you can get the merch. And so go check it out, order something. That'd be cool as hell. If not, it's all good anyway. Let's see. Big Barrel Racing Chrysler brand is almost dead. 300 ending soon, and the Pacifica not exactly a hot seller. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do now. I mean, there's going to be a lot of changes ahead. I mean, ever since the other buyout went in there, and now it's called Stellantis. There's a lot of things up in the air, but I got a cousin that actually works for Chrysler up there in Michigan at the R&D department, so he kind of keeps me filled in on some things. Mopar Dan, Chrysler Nationals in Carlisle in a few weeks. We'll be there with John Wilburn, Don English, and others again this year. Cool. I'd like to make it out there one of these years. Let's see, where'd he go? Unfinished project says Town and Country is alive and well. I tell you what, that's the one thing that Lee Iacocca did for Chrysler, and even to this day, that's one of their best sellers. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night this evening. I'm just like really wore out, and give me some rest. I'm almost finished with my extension on my garage, so I'm gonna get it finished up tomorrow, and then get back working on cars. And I appreciate everybody that's joined the live this evening. Now, another great crowd. I appreciate it. I appreciate the super chat, the conversations and stuff, and it's really great. And like I said before, guys, if y'all want merch or stickers or anything right now, the website is up, moparout.com. And other than that, guys, I will see y'all next Monday night.